Coach Till, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't look.
So still time for the kickoff here, 1-8. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. On the draw, here's White. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on 2nd down. They hit him with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on 2nd and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. Fights through him. Orlando Brown, the former Raven, the guilty party. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. To throw is Wilson. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. On the return is Peterson. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. This will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And now Mayfield on the bootleg. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Hey, I'm 33.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Catch made by Slayton. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. On the draw is Taylor. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Mayfield on play action. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And the Browns are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the third quarter, but now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They go play action now. Wilson rolling to his right. He'll fire this deep for Gallup into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kevin Farley. And the Steelers force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here.
They're making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. Mayfield. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. Well, that's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
The Browns drive about to get started. This game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. So the completion gets them just a yard, and it's 2nd down. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And some room to work. And he's going to have a Browns 1st down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
1st down, here's White. And the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field. and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. Mayfield now after the fumble recovery.
And he almost had his second pick of the game. Probably should have. Yeah, he's frustrated as it falls incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Mayfield.
That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Mayfield now.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And he will have a Steelers first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Mayfield with it once more. That's caught by Howard. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. Throwing, Mayfield. And he is going to lose yardage here. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
That's a great job of tackling right there. If he could have made the first man miss, maybe he could have taken it into the end zone. Instead, they stopped him pretty well right in his tracks, and you often see that in the red zone. Offense has to be quick. In this case, the defense was quicker.
Second down, another run with Taylor.
They'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on 3rd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On 3rd down, Mayfield.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
The kick by Sanders is good. And they stake claim to the lead here. It's 10-8.
So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivered.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome.
The football comes out. Jacobs lost it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust?
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take a blame themselves and figure out how to not do it anymore.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10.
On the counter, it's Taylor.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Here's the option going left on 2nd down. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The quarterback run good for 10 that time, but it does lead to a 3rd down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
To the right side, complete to Taylor. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back.
Again, it'll be Taylor.
And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
Oh, Brandon, I'm going to tell you, this is football time to me. They're inside the 10-yard line. That's like drawing the line in the sand. Who's going to make the stand here? Defensive guys, they know if he gets in the end zone, this ball game is over. And the guys with the football right now, they're thinking, let's just pound it in there.
Got to hold him to 3 to keep this a 1-score game.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll try and run. Taylor.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Whistles in a timeout at the 2:05 mark. So this defense wanting to get 1 more pause in before the 2-minute warning, and they do just that. So a big one coming now for Jason Sanders. This to at least make it a 5-point cushion. Sanders' kick is good. And it's now 13-8. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Wilson.
That's caught by Tolbert.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Wilson.
Right back to Tolbert. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Now Wilson.
He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Wilson to throw. And this one's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. He'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. This defense making some plays right now, aren't they?
And they look like a group that really locked in before this series started. Read their scouting reports, got back to reading their keys, and playing with excellent leverage up front.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw.
Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down.
The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another 1st down.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the 1st down. Got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have as well as the understand where they are on the field?
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. He's back to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
Charles, that drive was perfect. Methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the other side.
No way you could have drawn up a better final drive because not only did they keep their eyes on the end zone, they made sure they bled the clock out as well and denied their opponent a chance to respond. That's just terrific situational football to end this one.
Russell Wilson now will bring his guys up to go for 2. They'll try to run it with Jacobs. And no, it's incomplete. So they can't convert for two, but they still have the lead as we get toward the end of the fourth.